Hello everyone, welcome to this very brief tutorial. My name is Edirin Edewor, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use Amazon's Cover Creator to upload your book cover when you're uploading your notebook covers or your journal covers or your paperback book covers. Okay, so a lot of people have challenges with knowing exactly what the right cover size it is to upload. Now, I made the mistake of thinking that, when I did a tutorial saying, okay, this is how you actually upload the cover, I actually thought that a lot of people would understand that when I say upload, you're creating your cover that has both the front and the back covers together, people would understand that, oh, if a trim size, for example, is 6x9 and 6 is the width and 9 is the height, which means that for them to be able to create a width that would be double to represent both the front and the back, they should know to simply just double the size of the width, but apparently I was wrong. And a lot of people don't know that. So I'm going to use this tutorial to basically explain that, okay? So when you are creating your interior of your notebook, remember that when you're creating to publish onto Amazon, you don't add the cover along with the actual interior. You create the cover separately from the interior. So when you create your interior, and let's say, for example, you're creating a notebook that is the size 6 inches by 9 inches, where 6 inches represents the width, which is the horizontal part, and 9 inches represents the height, which is the vertical part, okay? Every single page of your manuscript is going to basically be 6 inches by 9 inches. So you create, let's say, for example, you've created 100 or 120 page notebook, all right? What people do is when they want to create the cover, they also go and create a cover that's the exact same size as the papers, as the individual pages of the manuscript. So they create a cover that is only 6x9. So what they create usually would look half of this, okay, which is not supposed to be. And then when you try uploading that onto Amazon, it keeps telling you that you're having errors with your page and you don't understand why it's looking like it's only covering just the half of your book cover or the book page when you're previewing it on Amazon. And that's why the reason why it comes up like that is because you forget that you're also creating the front and the back together. So imagine you buy an actual book. All right, imagine you buy a book from a store and then you pull off the back of the book, the back covers of the book. Okay, so you're removing both the front, the spine, and the back side of the book, leaving only the interior. The interior is what you create separately, and then when you're creating the cover, what you're creating is the entire back or the entire cover of the book, which includes the front and the back. Okay, so I'm just going to make it easy for you to explain to you the 3 different parts of a book, okay, using just a simple sign. Okay, so always know that the front side of your book is always on the right hand side, and the back side of your book is always on the left hand side. Okay, the back side of your book is always on the left hand side, and the spine, right, which is the middle part of your book that basically holds the book together, your spine is at the middle, right? Your spine is at the middle of the book. So if I flip it like this, you should understand what a spine means. Spine basically means where you see the, like, sometimes you see the book information at the rib or the middle part of the book. When you're opening the book, the middle part that basically attaches the front to the back part, that is called the spine, just the way human beings have, spines as well. Okay, so that's the spine. So when you're creating notebooks and journals, sometimes you don't necessarily need to add a spine. Okay, so this is especially for people who are doing POD, print on demand, low content products. You don't necessarily always need to add a spine to your book. But if you want to be able to differentiate between the front and the back, I've done this in a different tutorial video before. I have a simple trick that I use where I just go to elements and click on a line. All right, so that's a white line. Click on a line, make it straight, move that line to basically the middle. If you're using Canva Pro, you should be able to see this, okay? So this basically would highlight the middle of my design, okay? So this is the middle. If I highlight it, it shows that I'm already at the middle. So you can actually see half and half where the front and the back So this part is basically the middle of your spine, okay? So if you want to put like words like notebook, if you can see, I have a very faint gray notebook because I'm using this black texture design. And I want to make sure that it's absolutely centered, okay? I'm gonna delete this now. All I do is I duplicate this twice. I eyeball to what I think may be the middle for one of the lines, move the second one again to the middle of what will look like the back. Now, I'm not sure if it's absolutely at the middle, so I will just click and hold and select these 3 lines, come to position and click on tidy up so that it will then move everything to the center. Okay, when I click on tidy up, it centers the 3 lines. So it basically divides the entire back cover into 4 parts. Okay, that's equal. So with this line, I can then tell where the middle would be. So if I move my writings or design, whatever it is I want to be centered to the middle of this line, it will show me where the middle of the book is. Okay, so I get it correctly. Okay, if I want to put like a brand or trademark logo, for example, at the back here, I could also do it as well with the middle line. Just Ctrl Z, I'm going to put it like at the center here and at the back. Always make sure that you give space for barcodes, okay, so that you're not adding any images that may obstruct your barcodes, okay? Then before you download, always remove your training wheels. That's what I call them, your training wheel lines, okay, before you download. Now, when you're uploading directly to Amazon, uploading your own cover to Amazon, you want to download as PDF, okay, because when you're uploading a cover to Amazon, you must upload in PDF. However, what I want to show you now is how to also use Amazon's Cover Creator when you're not sure about the exact cover size. Now, this happens when you are creating journals or novels with different, or rather, journals or notebooks with different number of pages. Okay, so in my store, on my store, which will be given in the description of the video below, I have created notebook interiors and notebook covers templates for 6 by 9 inches and 8.5 by 11 inches. Those covers are perfect if you are publishing a notebook or a journal that is between 100 and 120 pages in page, right? In page number. All right. So there are some people who may want to create more pages and some people who want to publish less number of pages. So if you're doing that, my templates may give you an issue because you may not necessarily be able to, the spine detail may be different. Before I go into that, I want to tell you that this is a simple way to easily know how to create your cover. Okay, this is a simple way that you can use when you want to create your own covers from scratch, but you will still probably have to arrange. If you're not downloading Amazon's cover templates for your exact number of pages, you probably have to use Amazon's Cover Creator to ensure that you're creating the right size of cover for the right size of your interior. Okay, so what you want to do when you create a cover, remember that you're creating front and back. The front is 6 by 9. The back is also 6 by 9. 6 refers to the width. Now, because I'm creating front and back together, the width is going to be double, which means this side is, remember we said this side is the back, this side is the front. Okay, so this is 6 by 9. This is also 6 by 9, which means the width of the front is 6. The width of the back is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. Okay, so the size of the back is 6, the size of the front is 6. Both of them together is basically double, which is 6 times 2 or 6 plus 6, which gives you 12. You also want to add an extra margin for your spine, okay, because the spine will also carry an extra margin. You want to add anywhere between 0.27 or 0.25 and 0.5, okay, 0.25 and 0.5 when creating your own together. So if I want to create a cover for a 6 by 9 notebook, I would create a cover that would be 6 plus 6 plus, let's say, 0.25. So it's going to be 6 plus 6, 12, plus 0.25, which will give me 12.25. That is for the width, okay? That is for the width. So when I'm going to be putting in my dimensions, for example, it will be 12.25 by 9 or 9.25. I want to add an extra length to the inches, okay? Or you can always use 12.25 by 9.0, 12.25 by 9, okay? Now, when you are not using an exact template that either you got from Amazon directly or you got from somebody who's selling a template, and maybe you're using pages that you're creating books or content that are either more or less than the cover template speculated, you can easily do what I'm about to show you. Okay, what I'm about to show you is how you can use Amazon's Cover Creator to ensure you get the page numbers right. So when you want to use Amazon Cover Creator, all right, you would have to upload your book cover. You can create a book cover brand new from scratch on Amazon, but they don't really have a lot of good options, so right, like Canva does. So what you want to do is download your book cover. This is the only time where you get to download your book cover as a JPEG, like an image, okay? You want to download your book cover as an image. I'm only downloading cover number 3, right? So I'm downloading this black cover that I want to use as an image. So I click on download. It downloads as a JPEG file. This is only when you are using Amazon's Cover Creator, okay? 6x9. I just named it so it's easy for me to see. Black textile, notebook 6x9 JPEG. Okay. And I save this, and it saves to my desktop. Okay. The only time you download your notebook cover file from Canva as a JPEG, as an image file, not as a PDF, is when you're going to be using Amazon's Cover Creator. So the reason why I'm doing this video for you, so I can show you how to use Amazon Cover Creator in case you're not very confident in using the correct size of your notebook cover. Okay, so come here. I have already started publishing a book just before I started this video. All right, so I have clicked my black and white interior with white paper inside, usually standard. Trim size, again, I encourage you, when you see stuff, always click on this blue stuff because it gives you more information. Okay, even here, printing cost as well varies on page count, ink type, and so on and so forth. The larger the book, the more the number of pages, the more your book will cost to print. If you put any color in your book and you decide to go with color interior, for example, Amazon will print every single page as a colored page. So even if you have only like 2 or 3 colored designs inside of your book and you click color interior, Amazon will treat every single one of your pages as a colored interior, and you'll be charged for that. Your printing cost will be higher if you're using color. So usually you want to just use black and white interior. This is what it looks like if you click color. So because there are more color, obviously printing cost is going to be higher. Okay. So I click on black and white interior and white paper. Now I'm using trim size of, which is book size, basically of 6x9 inches. If you want to use a different book size, select a different size, and you see all of the options there. Okay, so the smaller sizes of like 5.8, and there are much larger sizes like 8.5 by 11, 8.27 by 11.69, and so on and so forth. Okay, so for the purpose of this, I'm using 6x9 inches. Okay, then bleed settings. This again, always make sure that you're tapping on this so that you can actually see what they mean in case you're confused. Okay, so trim size refers to your book's dimensions as it will be printed. Bleed settings, setting your interior to bleed allows printing at or off the edge of a page. It is used to support images and illustrations. Most books use no bleed unless there's a specific reason to apply bleed. So books like fiction books and high content books usually would have no bleed because they don't usually have designs or illustrations on them. But if you're going to be publishing like an activity book or a children's story book with pictures and images, or even if you're going to be creating like a journal or a planner or a notebook that has like watermarks or flowers or designs at the edges of the book, always click on PDF, bleed, which is basically for PDF. Okay, so I click on bleed, so that if I have any designs at the edges of my book, it's going to appear perfectly fine. It's not going to be cut off. It's not going to be an issue. Then this is paperback cover finish. This basically tells you, Amazon gives you 2 options for the quality of your cover. Okay, now the finish of your cover. So there is matte and there is glossy. All right, I'm going to leave it at matte because matte would look nice for the black design that I have put. I've also uploaded the paperback manuscript. I've uploaded the 120-page 6x9 notebook. Okay, I didn't want to start doing all of those ones so that this video doesn't get very long. Now, this is where you upload the book cover. So here you have two options. Either you use Amazon's Cover Creator to make your own book, where you can upload your own cover image, which remember we just did. We downloaded a cover image on Canva. And then you can also choose to upload a cover you already have, which is print ready PDF only. So remember we said if you're going to upload your own cover file, all right, make sure that you're downloading it from Canva as a PDF document. Now, if you clicked that Amazon should give you a free KDP ISBN, you don't have your own ISBN number, and the cover you're creating does not have a barcode already, make sure that you do not touch this box. Do not check this box, okay? You can again click on this to check on barcode size and placement. Now, because I'm teaching you how to use Cover Creator, we're going to click on Cover Creator and then launch Cover Creator, okay? So this would basically give you different options that you can actually use to create your own cover, okay? So here you see get images for your cover. Select an image from our image gallery or upload one from your computer. Now, this is where you click to select from Amazon's image gallery. That's cool. Or you can select from your own computer, which is basically what you have saved from Canva, or you can skip this step. You usually don't want to skip this step, okay? So I'm going to click from my computer because I already have an image. So it's going to take me to go and look for the image from my computer. It's on my desktop, so I'm just going to find it. There it is, black textile notebook JPEG. Click on that and click on open, and it's going to upload the image. Now, Amazon has about 6 different book designs, and they all look different, and you can use them to create your own cover from scratch. However, there is one particular one that I'm going to show you that you want to use when you're uploading covers. So you see, each one has their own different purposes, all right? So this one, for example, says use with front cover image, which means whatever picture I upload is only going to appear in the front cover. So if, for example, I wanted to leave the back of the book plain and only design for the front, I wouldn't have to, design the back. I would only create a cover that is exactly 6 by 9 inches, okay? Then I can then design the back on Amazon using Cover Creator, okay? So there are different designs, but I always like to use this particular design that is at the middle. So it's basically design number 2, okay? That covers, my design covers both the front and the back. So I don't know if you can see, but you can see that notebook, blah, 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 blah. This is basically the title of my book, and they put extra things there. So I just choose this design. Remember, you can edit it. And when you click on it, it shows you where to edit. So you can see the black barcode area is here. You can see other information here. You can see every other thing here. So I'm just going to delete all of this because I don't need it. All right. If I was going to design from scratch, then I will put the title there. This is a name that I used when I was, downloading. I delete all of that. Delete all of this. Delete all of this as well. Yeah. Now this is a placeholder image. I can't remove it exactly, but don't worry, it's not going to show when the book is eventually downloaded. And this is the barcode area. This basically shows you where the barcode is going to be. So if you're going to design the back of your book, you don't need to put anything here, so you don't cover this, okay? So that is it. Now, if something was wrong with the size of my design, for example, right? You can see some error messages here and all of that. Click to replace the placeholder. You can see this one. We recommend at least 3 dpi for quality printing, but this image is only 159 dpi. Please choose another high resolution image or scale this one. Now, when you're creating a book cover design, especially if your book cover is going to have a lot of words and going to have like proper images, always ensure that you actually download. Let me show you. You download a book cover that is of the highest quality, okay? So I'm going to go to JPEG and show you what I mean. So you can see that the quality here is just at 80%. I'm going to take it all the way to 100%, all right? Now, because I'm using this as a as an example, this book is obviously going to be redone. I did not have to go through all of this, okay? So you always want to increase to the highest quality so that it can give you the highest, sharper resolutions when you are actually publishing. So that's why it has this. Click to edit or change image. If there's any other issues with maybe the size of your image, you will see all these other tiny red triangles or orange triangles here. So for example, let's say the size of my book was like this. It appeared like this by the time I, clicked on that design. And it means that, this is the entire size of my book all the way to the very top margin. That's the entire size of my book. All right. And this image I have put here is not large enough. You can see here's the spine, these are the back side, this is the front side. Something seems wrong, obviously. Okay. So what I can do, when using Cover Creator is just to simply pull the edges and stretch it as much as I can, okay? Now, because I had a very good idea what I was going to be publishing anyway, and I downloaded this with an actual template from a 6x9, it looks good. But sometimes, your design can look like this, or look like this, or look pinched, or something or the other. You will always see that something is wrong, okay? So all you need to do is just stretch. If, for example, it comes and looks like this and looks funny and it doesn't show the entire thing, all you have to do is simply just stretch. Okay. So I'm just going to simply just stretch it back and then pull it back in. And then it's covered everywhere. So which means that I can't see the inner sides, and make sure that it covers the red lines, the middle lines, and the other extra lines. Okay. This is the spine. If you want to add words on your cover, you can add them here in the spine. Okay. You can add them here in your spine. So you can just click and then you can add whatever words that you want to add there. Okay. So I don't want to add anything because it's a simple 100-page notebook or 50 leaves basically. So I don't need to add anything. So once I've done, I've removed every other thing that I need to remove. Next thing is I save. Now it's putting all of this tiny stuff here because I removed the titles, I removed the author names, and I did not add any image. Again, I don't need that. That's why I leave it there. Okay, but the fact that it's showing those error messages means that whatever it is I removed is not going to appear when I preview. So now I'm going to preview so that I can view and look at what it would look like when I upload it and when it's going to finally get printed when somebody purchases it. Okay, so it's going to save for a bit and then preview. All right, I'm going to pause and then come back when it's done. Okay, that was fast. All right, so this is the preview, so you can now see that it actually looks good. Okay, I only want the word notebook on my stuff. All right, I only want the word notebook here, and then that's all I need on the cover because it's just a notebook. And this is exactly how I designed it on Canva. This is exactly how it's going to be printed out when I publish. Okay, simple black. It looks like black granite or black textile. And I click on save and submit when I am done. If you have issues, you can go to start over. If you don't like what you see, you can go to start over. If you are satisfied with your result, you go to save and submit, right? So I've saved it and submitted it, and then it's going to process the manuscript and then going to process the cover. And then by the time it's done processing, I will click on launch previewer so I can see how it looks and make sure to check for any errors or any issues that may have come up, that during the time when it was processing and saving and searching. Okay, so that is it. And that's exactly how you use Cover Creator to make your book cover and upload your cover image. I don't usually advise you to use KDP stock images, but if you have very low resolution images and you cannot fix that, then you can go through and browse through Amazon's KDP stock images and use those to create and publish your book cover. Okay, because they usually have very high resolution image. Again, if you're having issue, go to download the template cover to create your own cover, and help you to download basically like a template that you can upload onto platforms like Canva and use that to basically design your cover with the right measurements. So when you click on download KDP template, it will ask you, okay, how many pages is your book? What's your trim size? What's your book cover? And all of those and all of those. And then based on the things you put in, Amazon will generate a particular book cover template that you can use. Okay, so that's how you do it. All right. Thank you so much for listening. I will see you in another video. I hope this has been helpful for you. If you want to check out my store for journal templates, planner templates, social media graphic templates, other templates like book templates, or you want me to do like a custom job for you to customize a special notebook, planner, journal, workbook, ebook template for you, you can also hit me up as well on our social media page. You can send me a DM, you can send me an email. Look at all the descriptions in the description section of this video. All the information is there. You can check us out. Follow us on Instagram at Keith and Stone, and I'll be happy to see what you come up with when you've created your own low content products. Thanks again for listening. I'll catch you in another video.